the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program. So if you're a SNAP member, you would automatically get half off of your application fee. A doctor, any doctor who's a DO, an MD, or an NMD, Dispensary, I had several people come on in with a prescription and say, oh, my doctor wrote me a prescription. It's actually a one-page document that they fill out, and they sign at the bottom, and it's a physician certification statement. They're basically certifying that you do in fact have that condition. If you're interested in getting a card, ask your doctor. They might say yes, they might do it. And it'll save you money because the other way to go about getting this process done is what we were talking about earlier, going through a certification center. And the certification center, it's a one-stop shop basically. You pay them a fee, let's say $120 to $160, and they're going to do the entire application for you, plus set up a visit with their doctor, who will give you a quick exam, review a medical record that you would bring with you to that appointment, and then their doctor would have the ability to say, okay, I've met with you and I agree and certify that you do have this condition. They're going to give you the form back, or if you're at the certification center, they'll process your application for you. And like I said, it has to be renewed every year. So you want to keep your visits going on a regular basis with your chiropractor, with your doctor, with your pain specialist, whoever it is that has good documentation about what's going on with your health. Keep those visits going on a regular basis, so while this is a medical program, we can keep getting that card renewed year after year. Once the application is, so when you actually apply for the card, you also will need to have a photo, a recent photo of yourself, because that goes on the card, like a passport photo. There's a patient attestation form that gets signed by you. It's just a form you download from their website. You say you're going to be legal with the meds, and a driver's license or some type of Arizona identification or a passport, and of course the doctor's certification form. So these are documents that you actually upload to the website. And if any of you are interested in doing this and have issues with that web process, feel free to pick up my card and give me a call, and I'd be happy to help you with that. I helped a lot of folks in Oro Valley get through that process and save a little bit of money by doing it that way. And then minor patients, in case any of you know a parent or a family member where the minor has seizures or ADHD or one of these conditions that the child could benefit from, they actually have to go a little bit further to get a card. They need to have a caregiver assigned to them. They have to get 2 doctor certifications though, not just the one. So 2 endorsements from 2 different doctors. Now, this is what the actual card looks like. It gets mailed. You can pass that around, it's mine, I don't mind. After you apply and you submit and you pay the state, then 10 to 14 days later, that card gets mailed to you. Once you have that card in hand, you can go to any dispensary in the state and select from their medicine. And what the state is looking at once you get that card issued is how much you're purchasing every 14 days. And the limit is 2.5 ounces, which is a very generous limit. It's like, I don't know, about a liter glass jar would be full of that cannabis. That's what that would equate to. So, so it's a generous limit. The dispensary agents like myself, when you would come into the store and make your purchase, I go into the state system and I basically say that Mary Jane bought, 1 gram today. And very few people that I've seen, and I've seen a lot of patients, come close to that limit. Very, very few. Yes?
So where are the dispensaries? Is it any drugstore?
No, so there's actually a list that the state sends out with a printout of each of the cities that there's a dispensary located in. And you could go also on the internet and find that there. If you give me your email, I'll send you a list as well. And once you become a patient card holder, once you get this, They mail you in the mail the list every single month. So you can always be up to date on any new stores that might have opened near you. But that's typically how the communication about that is done. Once you get this card, you get an email every month, you get a mailer every month. So let's say that now you have your patient card, now you can go to any dispensary. What do you do now? That's kind of a scary process because very few people know where to start with this medicine. And people like me and people like Ari, dispensary agents, have training by medical directors to help kind of guide you through the process and figure out what's going to be a good fit for you. These dispensaries now have been open for going on 2 years, so the agents are getting pretty good because they've been working with people long enough and they've seen enough cases that they have some experience that they can base their information off of, so you can trust them. But right when you walk into a dispensary, you're going to have different options of how you can take the medicine. But more specifically, when you look at the plant, what we call the raw flower, the bud, this is the stuff that people smoke or vaporize. You have two main different types of strains that do totally opposite things. And one becomes a good medicine for one person where it's not for another person. And these names you're going to hear is cannabis indica or cannabis sativa. And when I say they're opposite, even the plants themselves are opposite. Your cannabis indica plant is short with short fat leaves. It originated in the Middle East. It grows pretty quickly, has a short growth cycle. Or your cannabis sativa plant is really tall with long skinny leaves. And it originated near the equator, has a much longer growth cycle. But these two different types of strains have opposite effects. The indica, we usually tell people, think insomnia. Indica, insomnia. The indica strain is going to make you feel relaxed. It's going to give you a body buzz, a body high. If you have chronic pain, muscle spasms, seizures, poor appetite, insomnia, that type of strain is going to be beautiful for that, treating those types of conditions. But let's say you don't want to get tired and you want to have energy, but you still want to dull out that pain a little bit. Well, cannabis sativa gives you more of a cerebral high, and it gives you energy, if you can believe that or not. It's really contrary to what a lot of people know about marijuana. But it does. It gives you energy. It'll boost creativity. And it's going to be really ideal for people with certain behavioral or mental conditions like depression. This is going to be a very good strain for somebody with depression, ADHD, somebody who just needs to get things done, like working moms like myself. Got to get things done, and if you've got pain or you've got something going on and you don't want to be tired, keep up with your children, sativa is going to be a really good option. We also heard today from Nurse Mary about CBD, and I'm not going to touch too much on that, but just know that you could have a cannabis indica or sativa type strain that's high in the CBD cannabinoid, which means it wouldn't get you high, which is a really cool option for some people, like children or for older adults.